Welcome to the Scariest Things podcast, your gateway to the trends and tropes of the horror genre. Tonight we are going to hip you to the best coming films in 2024. This is Mike Campbell, and I am with
Eric Lee
and
Liz Williams.
So Eric,
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Eric said 2024 is going to suck.
That's what
And
I
then
actually.
he said no.
But then he
was
said,
wrong.
I went and
Yeah.
looked at everything, and he says doesn't suck.
Yeah, my
Doesn't suck. Lots of good stuff.
Here's the logic behind what Mike's talking about here. Because
I think it's solid logic.
Yeah,
I think it's
the
solid.
Screen Actors Guild and the Writers Guild,
Yep.
both having extended strikes last year, put a lot of movies on the shelf.
Uh-huh.
I think what we have learned is that horror movies are very quick to make, and they could schedule around that. And then there was a lot of stuff in the can already.
Lots of money.
And it's like the high, low risk, high profit. Go for it. Go for the horror. And then I think that is. I think when we're looking
Insidious
at the
made
schedule,
tons of money. The Nun 2 made tons of money.
Megan made a lot of money.
Megan made a lot of money. Exorcist Believer made a lot of money. They're easy gets.
Yeah,
they're
and
easy gets.
for the big studios, and then the little studios that make movies for less than $1 million, they don't require they may not
They're
be
not, part of. They
union.
weren't really impacted as much either.
Yeah.
And like A24 and Blumhouse just said, "Oh, okay, we'll pay you," and kept making stuff. So
Yeah, so good news for us is that
Yeah.
there is a lot of, I think where I thought we might be limited in what we could be looking forward to this year. There's plenty of stuff coming up. I mean, it feels to me like we know more of the schedule coming up than I have in years past, or maybe I'm just better at actually researching.
So
this.
if you could say finish this sentence, Eric.
Yeah.
And then Liz will finish the sentence as well. 2024 horror films will be.
I don't.
Over to you, Liz.
I think above average. I'm hoping for
I like
above average.
Okay, Eric.
I think it will meet the mark.
Okay.
I'm hoping we're quality over quantity.
I'm hearing somewhere between a B- and a C+.
Yeah,
I like a solid B here.
I will. I think here's the other thing. I will say that there's nothing that has me as excited as last year's slate.
Okay. Okay.
Because let's
Terrifier 3.
Yeah, what had you really excited in 2023?
Okay, well, let's review that.
Let's do it.
Because
tell me, what were
You
the
should ask, Mike,
what were the
because
three
you didn't do so well predicting what would be great this year.
I
Or last
had Knock at the Cabin. I had Evil Dead Rise.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I had Talk to Me. I think I did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I also had Cocaine Bear as my runner-up. I think so. I had a good year last year.
I would say so. What did you have, Liz?
I did all TV, and I
That's
was
right.
affected by the strike because I had Fall of the House of Usher, which we have all agreed is 5 stars and was amazing.
Super
I
good.
had True Detective Night Country, which we are all enjoying
Awesome.
right now because it got pushed to January when it was supposed to be December of 2023.
Totally worth
And-
asking your mom or your sister for their Max Pass to
for
cheat
sure.
that.
I would say pay for Max for the show. Maybe wait till it's all there and you could binge.
Right,
God,
right.
I would love to binge, but this is also one of those shows where now we're all like having water cooler moments and talking about it.
Episode
and
3
talking about
tonight,
Easter
man.
eggs.
Oh, it's
Yes.
so amazing. Anyways,
And then I had Welcome to Derry, which is the It prequel, which was a victim of the strike. It is still happening, but
Okay.
we'll be lucky if it's the end of this year, 2024.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
2 years. 2 years in the making.
yeah.
Yep.
Do you recall what yours was, Mike?
I sure do. I had Ennie's Men, which was really interesting looking, and it fell into the year of liminal horror, the year that 2023 was. It was definitely, I think, in sort of that liminal horror space.
A lot of stare at the screen moments.
A lot of stare at the screen moments.
Yeah.
It was all shot with vintage film stock, like vintage film stock, and boy did it look like it. It's a cool look.
Like old film?
like old film.
So
yeah.
it
like
looked
they
like,
used an old film and then
like
Yeah.
Let's
Like
Scare Jessica to
taped
Death
over
kind of a look.
stuff.
Yeah.
Huh.
Really
I did not see
interesting.
it.
Yeah, interesting look. Not super scary. I think they left a lot of scares on the table. The other thing I was looking forward to was Consecration, which I did see last year. Again, a so-so film, kind of an interesting story. Didn't really go anywhere. Left a lot of scares on the table. Good idea, though. Good idea. And there were a couple creepy moments. And then lastly, I know I'm in the minority here, Exorcist Believer, which was released in October. I really liked it. I thought Ellen Burstyn was great. I thought the appearance from Linda Blair at the very end of the film was tear-jerking at best. And I thought there were some really gross out moments in the film, especially when Ellen Burstyn gets it in the eyeballs.
I did shed a tear at the end. I mean, I don't have a heart of stone. I did shed a tear.
I felt manipulated.
Yeah. Sure.
Eric cried because they manipulated him.
They made him cry.
I cried because they sold Linda Blair and Ellen Burstyn being in the movie, and they were just props.
Yeah.
But
No, they do not. They did not.
Yeah, I didn't think they sold Linda Blair. Did
No,
they say?
in fact,
Oh,
that was kind of hush hush.
there were
Yeah.
rumors.
There was rumors,
and there was,
but
and
they
there was
didn't
like
sell
wink,
it.
wink, nudge,
They-
nudge. No,
they were not selling
But
anything
they put
there.
Ellen Burstyn up front. In
Yeah,
fact, I
for
think on
sure.
the posters that we have on our site, it shows a big picture of Ellen Burstyn, who was there just to be a connection to the past and nothing else.
Yeah. So I think once again, I think I pulled down a solid C- for the year.
Sadly, I feel like Exorcist Believer was your top level pick there.
I know.
It's like a 2.5-star
Yeah,
movie.
I think they all ranked about 2.5 stars. Well, I only saw
I haven't
Consecration
seen
and
the other
Exorcist.
two.
I didn't see Ennis Men.
Okay.
But I think we all liked Evil Dead Rise. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We all like Cocaine Bear. Yes.
Yeah.
We all
yeah.
like Talk to Me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a
Eric got a solid A.
I have a
Solid
hard
A.
task in front of me to repeat this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Not
Can
gonna-
he do it?
Not gonna
folks?
happen.
Yeah, I think and
Not gonna happen.
to
I hope
To
it will
Liz's
happen
credit.
because I want good stuff. So I hope we all do better than Mike.
sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh well. Yeah. Just wait.
Liz.
Just wait.
Liz, why don't we start with since you're stepping into a year full of optimism. What
Yeah,
what
I am.
is your first looking forward to movie?
Okay. I am going to go. I'm reviving a franchise here. I am going with The First Omen, which is the
Oh.
prequel to The Omen.
Me too.
Let me tell you,
Me too.
I saw the preview for this in some movie. I looked like the first shot, and I looked over at my friend. I didn't know what it was, and I was like, I am in. Like,
Oh, yeah.
whatever
Oh my
this
God.
is, I am in. And then when they showed it, it's The First Omen, I was like, oh,
100%.
Oh,
Okay,
if they
like-
can match half of what that trailer,
trailer looks like.
it's going to be amazing.
Nuns walking backwards. Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah,
whole
the-
thing, the
that
music,
Viking music.
Oh, it's just
Like,
yeah.
it looks amazing. It's Nell Tiger Free, who was in Servant.
Yep.
And God, just vibes. Now I'm a fan of the Omen franchise.
Ditto.
The Law of Diminishing Returns. I did kind of enjoy the remake starring Julia Stiles because I'm a Gen Xer and we love Julia Stiles.
It's okay. Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what they're gonna do here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if it looks, God, 75% as good as the trailer, we're in for a treat.
Do you have is there a press?
Release date?
Well, no, not well.
Oh.
Yeah, a release date, but is there any kind of a description from the production studio?
Let's pull
There
it up. Okay,
sure
so first,
is.
the
Is it
release
Fox? Or
dates-
who's
Don't
releasing this
know.
thing?
Don't know.
The release date is April 5th. Who is it coming from? 20th Century Studios.
Yeah.
It is directed by Arkasha Stevenson.
Mhm.
And just the little log line is a young American woman is sent to Rome to begin a life of service to the church. but encounters a darkness that causes her to question a faith and uncovers a terrifying conspiracy to bring about the birth of evil incarnate.
And my understanding is this is a prequel.
It is a
Yes, it is a
it's a direct
prequel.
prequel to the 1976 Omen, the very
Gregory
first
Peck.
one.
Right.
Yep.
And it's going to be full of dwarves and riding sharks. That's
Yeah.
what we told Mike to make
Heck
sure it's
yeah.
scary for Mike.
Heck yeah.
But like the cast, Nell Tiger Free, Bill Nye, Charles Dance.
wow.
We've got who else? I think it was
Sonia Braga. Nicole,
and
Nicole
kind of looked like Juliette
Soros.
Binoche in the preview, but she was wearing a habit. So, it
and
might
Ralph
not have been her.
Innocent.
And
Yeah.
So, Mike,
As
this was
Father
also on
Brennan.
your list?
It was on my list. It was largely on my list because I, over the winter break, sat down and consumed every last drip and drab of the Omen universe, up to and including the 1995 pilot that never got picked up by NBC. And I watched the entire run of the 2015, the 11, I think it was 11 episode 2015 run of the Omen TV series, which was actually really, really good.
Okay.
And that's in part what excited me about this. I also watched the Omen 1, 2, 3, and 4. The fourth one possibly being not just the worst horror movie of all time, might have been one of the worst movies of all time.
That's the Sam Neill one?
No.
That was 3. That was
3. That's actually pretty decent.
That's what I thought. I was thinking.
Yeah.
I thought that was supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah,
No.
the Sam Neill one, the third one is actually pretty good. The second one is fair to Midland. That was the one that was done in 1981. That's really, it's kind of like Halloween Kills, right? It's sort of that bridge between the
Right.
two,
Yeah.
the two
Because
storylines.
Damien reaches power
Right.
in the Omen 3.
Right. But yeah, this one, as soon as I saw the trailer as well, I was all in, just like Liz. I think it will probably be right up there. My guess is it's going to be right up there with the 2015 TV series and maybe even the 1976 original.
So our running joke here was that Liz and I actually got the chance to see the trailer when it dropped, and because of the ice storm that had hit the Portland, Mike was out of.
Tell me
steaming.
shot for shot what the trailer looks like.
So the joke is that Mike is one of the things he is most deathly afraid of are dwarves, and he also has a shark movie fetish. So that was we tried to butter him up as much as we could with
Dwarves and Damien riding a shark.
Right.
Oh, man. That'd
A
be
bit of a
great.
cautionary word though.
Yeah.
When I was sort of browsing through the movies that are coming up,
Mm-hmm.
this was a prominent one. There were a lot of reshoots that they had.
Yep.
So this thing, I think there was that. What we can hope for is that like something like World War Z, where they go, ooh, this isn't testing the way we want. Let's do it. Let's improve it. Let's hope they got that as opposed to studio meddling.
Well, yeah,
Right.
they were still shooting in January of 2023.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think our friend John Foley, the trailer maker, I would love to get his take. on
It's a brilliant trailer.
on
It's
the
a
Omen. It is
wonderful trailer.
probably it's right up there with the Talk to Me and Hereditary trailers.
sure.
It is one of
Yeah.
those things. It doesn't give up. It doesn't tell you anything about the plot, but it says everything about the mood.
Right. All right, Eric.
And if the mood is like that trailer, I can't wait.
Yep.
I can't wait.
So here's a fun one that was kind of buzzing about our on our Facebook chat group. This is Abigail, directed by Radio Silence, and this one looks like a hell of a lot of fun. And so Radio Silence is the same outfit that brought us Southbound
Yep.
and Ready or Not, which
Yep.
which was my favorite movie from a few years ago. And the story goes like this: after a group of criminals kidnap the ballerina daughter of a powerful underworld figure, they retreat to an isolated mansion, unaware that they're locked inside with no normal little girl. She is a vampire, and
Of
it looks
course.
Vampire
she-
ballerina.
a vampire ballerina, and she's just gonna go in, and this little ballerina is gonna destroy a team full of mercenaries.
I read that description and I was like, nope.
Oh, the trailer!
Have you watched the trailer?
The trailer,
It's
Mike.
pretty funny.
No, I haven't
It
watched
is
the
an
trailer yet.
Awesome trailer.
But
I
was
feel like they're capitalizing on
Megan?
the Megan
Yeah.
effect here.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is an R-rated movie, right? So this is
Probably.
and that's the.
It is. It's got a cool poster.
It's going to be funny. I mean,
poster-
it's going to be a good time. I think.
Yeah,
It
I
looks
hope
like
so.
fun.
Yeah, I hope
You know,
so.
I think this was something that our friend Chris Cleveland posted and said, "Hey, you know what I'm looking forward to?" And I went, "I am down." That looks like a lot of fun because one, Radio Silence, their reputation is fast, punchy, bloody, and fun.
Right.
Right. And
Right.
and I think that's you've got. Catherine Newton, Dan Stevens, Giancarlo Esposito, who doesn't love him,
Yep.
Kevin Durant.
I love him.
It's got a bunch of these second tier Hollywood, like not blue chip
Sure.
Hollywood stars, but it's a good cast.
George Clooney is not in it.
No. So, anyways, that is due for release. I'm checking on the release date. Where do we have it? April the 19th. So we've.
Ooh,
So yeah.
right after Ullman. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So I think we swing back to Liz.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Giancarlo Esposito, he is also in Ty West's third of his trilogy, Maxine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going to get this anytime soon. Here was my thoughts. I thought it was going to premiere at South by Southwest, which is coming up in, like 6 weeks.
A reasonable
But there
conclusion.
has now been, like rumblings on the internet about poor treatment of the actors on set by the star of Maxine.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
Mm-mm.
we will see. Then I heard some rumors that people are saying, that it will be more premiering around like Venice Film Festival time, so a little bit later spring. But I'm hoping and holding out for South by Southwest because I will be there and because X premiered there a couple of years ago. I loved X. I liked Pearl. Based on what I've been reading and seeing some, just screenshots, they haven't done like a full trailer yet. I feel like I'm going to love Maxine because it's set in the 80s.
Yep.
And I love the 80s. The cast is amazing. It's Lily Collins, Mia Goth, Bobby Cannavale, Giancarlo Esposito. It just sounds like it's going to be real good. So fingers crossed we're going to get that before the summer.
So was Mia Goth just like?
I think it was that she kicked someone in the head repeatedly.
Oh,
She was supposed to be jumping over him and just kept accidentally kicking him in the head and just being a snowflake on set. So we'll see.
No.
Come on now.
Hopefully not.
That's not a.
You got
too
a
young.
long career ahead of you.
You're too young. You have a long career ahead of you. Be nice. Be nice. But you know what? That's just what it says on the internet. We don't know, but I think it was someone an extra was suing them. So we'll see.
Woo.
Yeah, it's like if you're an extra, you don't want to get kicked in the head by the star of the show.
No.
It's like
Or maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe
you
that's
do.
that's your road to stardom
Everybody
right there.
saw her drive Alexander Skarsgård in Infinity Pool and yell at him while eating chicken. Maybe this was just her.
I was sold on Maxine just purely based on the little snippet that they give you at the end of Pearl. I was like, oh yeah, this has just got such a great look to it, and hopefully they carry through a lot of that same aesthetic from X into.
If anyone can do it, Ty West can do it.
I'm running on the assumption that they're going to transplant this down to the San Fernando Valley, down to Corn Valley.
It's corn, it's 80s, it's California, like LA.
And she's going to be carrying a lot of that lethal baggage with her into the fun world of 80s porn.
She's kicking the door open into the world of pornography.
And there's going to be some bloodletting somewhere.
Emphasis on the kick.
Oh, she's a serial killer.
Yeah, she's going to bring an alligator with her.
That would be,
That would be, it's like, who brought the alligator on the set?
Yeah, that would be amazing. So hopefully we will find out in South by's second wave of films that it will premiere. I will also keep my eyes open for it being some kind of secret screening because last year, like the big one was John Wick. They didn't announce it. You just had to like know from signs around town, but
Yeah.
we shall
Well,
see.
yeah, good-
I want to
good
see
luck,
it.
Liz.
I'll be there for it.
Yeah.
And wherever it shows up, I'll be there.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right, since we're working on a curve, grading curve, I'm going to bring my grade down a little bit here
No, boy.
with a 1986 remake, Witchboard. Very excited to see this. It's being remade by Chuck Russell, who did the 1989 Blob, and he did Nightmare on Elm Street Part
Isn't it 19
3.
isn't that
Which is the best of 'em.
Constantine?
Yeah.
Chuck Russell's pretty, but he's been gone for a long time.
He's been kicking around doing little things here, dribs and drabs. But the other exciting part of it is it's all set in a brand new organic cafe in the French Quarter of New Orleans.
Oh, really?
Where they renovate an old carriage house and they accidentally wander onto an ancient pendulum board that was once used for summoning spirits. I liked the 1986 Witchboard. I thought it was really kind of fun.
It's
was
campy.
It's super campy.
Tawny Katane can't
I love
act her
her.
way
I
out of a
wanna
paper
be
bag, but she.
Rest in peace. Didn't she pass away?
Yes.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
like
yeah.
last year, I think.
You're doing
Yeah.
splits on Jaguars in the Sky.
That's right.
Yeah, Tawny Katane, famous for beating up her Major League Baseball
That's right.
husband. I think it was Chuck Finley. I think
Something like that.
Just,
yeah.
apparently she just knocked the crap out of him.
Yeah. A lot of bad actors on today's podcast.
Um,
Mia Goth,
Mike, do
Tawny
we have
Katane.
any
What's that?
buzz? Do we have any buzzes of release date? Do you think this is going to be an Overlook premiere? If it's set here, they got to be filming it here.
No telling. It did say the thing I read that the unlike a lot of the films we've been talking about where they were impacted by the writer and director's strike, this one apparently was granted some sort of interim agreement that allowed the actors to continue working on the film during the 2023
Like,
SAG
it's not gonna be
after
good. Just
strike.
let them do it.
Right. Don't worry about this film. Nobody's going to watch
It's
it.
like-
You're not going to make money or lose money off this, so don't worry about it.
Well, because the original, I mean, the original Witchboard was a micro budget, actually the fun thing for me about Witchboard was I was supposed to be reviewing
I know.
Wishmaster.
Yeah, and you watched Witchboard.
Yes.
I forgot and I watched Witchboard instead, and I went, "Oh, I watched the wrong movie."
Yeah.
And I came out of it going, "Well, that was a thing."
How many Witchboards were there? Do you remember?
3?
Like 3? Is that it?
Yeah, not
Oh,
a
I
lot.
thought there was
of
like 6 Witchboards.
No, I think because that they they stopped making money for oddly enough. I don't know how you could stop making money when those things cost like $400,000 to make. But,
Yeah.
But they lost the draw that was Tawny Katane. The actors, the guys who were in Witchboard, actually they were kind of fun, and they had a lot of these actors were soap opera people.
Right.
And they came and it felt like it.
Yeah.
It the decent Ouija based horror, campy and fun, not intellectually stimulating, but
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm sure this will fall into that exact same category, but I will be there for Witchboard.
yeah. Seeing the sort of the trailer playing in the background here, it looks like they've upped the production game
Oh, good.
here.
I mean, it
It's
would
not.
be
It's
hard
like-
not to.
Yeah, that stuff is straight to VHS. That is. It looked it. Yeah,
Is there a Tawny Katane hologram by chance?
Oh, that would be awesome. the hair would take up the entire hologram.
It really
Man,
would.
she had
She had
total
beautiful
Yes.
metalhead hair.
I wanted to be Tawny Katane.
Who
for a little
didn't?
while.
Who didn't? All right, Eric, what is next on the list?
Okay, well, I've got a movie that's coming out fairly soon here.
Okay.
It played. It's on the festival circuit, kinda, but I don't think it ever made it to the U.S. festival circuit. This is a film called Out of Darkness. It's a weird one. It's Stone Age horror. So
It played Fantastic Pest underneath another name.
Yep.
It was called Origin there, but
Yeah.
now there's that movie Origin by
Is like Origin Ouija of Evil? Isn't was
no,
was
no, no.
the,
There's
what
a
was that?
new movie Origin about the caste system
Oh,
that's like very, very serious. So I
okay.
think that's why they changed the name.
Yeah. Well, the plot line goes in the old Stone Age, a disparate gang of early humans band together in search of new land. But when they suspect a malevolent mystical being is hunting them down, the clan are forced to confront a danger they never envisaged. And actually, it's so I've been seeing this trailer running a bunch on YouTube, and it looks great. This is I think. It has I forget the exact provenance on it, but it comes from a production team that's done some respectable material.
Huh.
It's spoken. They made up a language for it, which is
What?
based on Basque, and
And who directed this?
this is a man named Andrew Cumming,
Okay.
and it's they're limited frame of reference for these people, right? They're and I think that they're supposed to be like it's Siberia or something like that. And,
Right.
And they're fighting with Stone Age materials, and something's coming to get them. And whether it's actually another tribe, or whether it's actual a spiritual beast, or whether it's a saber-toothed tiger,
Right.
I'm not exactly sure. But I'm fascinated. I think this sort of
Huh.
this sort of follows up on Prey.
Right. I was just
And,
going to say it's got a
some of
definite
that
look
kind of
like
thing.
that.
Although
Yeah.
Prey is from the 1600s, which is
Yeah.
some 3,000 years later. So it's like
Or maybe
there's a lot-
more. Yeah.
And but it's new. It's different, and
Sure.
I'm willing to give it a shot. If there's a creature in it, I'm down.
All right.
So
Yeah, it
this
was
is
called The Origin when it came out in the UK at Fantastic Fest, and they did change it because Origin right now it's the new Ava DuVernay film.
okay. Oh, that right.
Yeah.
Which is sort of Oscar, an attempt
It's
at an
going
Oscar
to
buzzy
win
thing.
all the
Yeah.
awards. Yeah.
Yeah, but Cumming got named Best New Director from the British Independent Film Awards for this film.
Nice.
Huh.
So it may be, we'll see. It might be more ambitious than to try and do something like this. And I think the other thing is for cavemen, they got pretty nice hair and teeth.
What country was it shot in?
I think it was shot in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
Interesting. All right.
anyways, coming out February 9.
Interesting.
Coming out real soon.
Head scratch.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It could be. It also could be just something that nobody goes out to see, and it
No,
gets
no, I
completely
think
forgotten.
Eric's
it's
dragging
on
his
my
grade down.
radar.
Dragging his grade down.
It-
Maybe. We'll see.
okay,
Check back in January 2025.
Liz.
Okay. I have so many to choose from.
I know.
That I am going to go for a curveball and pick one that will drag
What?
my average down.
Uh-oh.
Do it.
Uh-oh.
Do it.
And it's okay. It is called Year 2. It is here's the description. A man, Frank Grillo, my boyfriend with the hair, must battle his way across a town terrorized by werewolves. It is directed by Stephen C. Miller, who made Silent Night, and it also stars Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh.
Woo.
Okay,
It
go
is
on.
not going to be good.
Liz is
but
aiming
I'm
for a
going
D.
To see it. It's Frank Grillo. I can't
Yeah.
say no to Frank Grillo.
Sure.
I mean, Lou Diamond Phillips. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
It's going to be terrible. It's an action horror thriller. It's going to be terrible. It's also going to be awesome. I can't wait. I just can't wait.
What's it called again?
Year 2.
Year 2. Sounds like a werewolf version of 39 Days of Night.
30. Yep.
30.
Yep.
30 Days of Night.
30.
30
Why did I
Days
say
of Night.
39? I don't know.
I have
30
so
Days
many
of
more
Night.
to
28
pick from. I
days
had to
later
pick
of
something
night.
Fun. Yes,
Stuff.
28 days later of night with werewolves. Hey, the last couple werewolf things we have, haven't really had werewolves, at least according to
It's-
Eric walked out of his. So, let's get some werewolves.
Oh, yeah. Boy, the werewolf movie without werewolves?
Right.
My Animal.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. It's
Werewolves
like,
are making a comeback.
this is going to be
2024, the
this
year
is
of
a-
I
werewolves.
This
think
is
it's a hot year for werewolves.
This is a
so
big
I'm
year
gonna
for
be
werewolves.
At
Yeah.
this is the one I'm picking.
Yeah. The Wolfman coming out. Not on my
I'm
list,
interested
but
in the
that's
Wolfman.
but the Wolfman. That I think I'm hopeful.
I'm interested in Frank Grillo kicking werewolf ass. That's
Yeah. All right.
all right.
Mike.
Well, also tough to choose. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to bring my average up a pinch. With Terrifier 3. This is a
That's your
Christmas. It's going to be a Christmas slasher film. Of course, this is written and directed, keeping with the franchise, which is awful impressive given how much he's done with so little.
Yeah.
Damien Leone. This, of course, stars Lauren Lavera, Elliot Fulham, David Howard Thornton, and Samantha Scafidi, who all reprise their roles from prior films.
Which one's Art?
Art is David Howard Thornton. So Art is obviously going to be back, and the film is going to have a heavy focus on Victoria Hayes. She was the heroine turned villainess of Terrifier in 2016. She'll have a much more prominent role compared to the 2016 and the 2022 sequel. Apparently, Damien Leone was very interested in her, specifically in her character, and he was somewhat regretful that she didn't have more to do with the 2022 sequel, and he really wants to bring her back. Speaking of trailers, I think the trailer is
I want to ask you about the trailer here.
the trailer is wild. The poster
I just saw, the screenshot.
Watch the trailer.
is wild. And it was also confirmed just this last month in December of 2023 that Chris Jericho, WWE star / budding heavy metal artist, is going to be in the film.
Okay, so
He has his own film. I will have you know.
I know.
He
I
got
know.
Okay.
I know.
now here's my question for you, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Knowing that Damien Leone wants to push all the boundaries, right?
Oh my god.
And that they've already been pushed.
And, just pushing to violence and disturbing imagery to levels that gore, like no gore fan is going to go, that was nothing. So this is
That was something.
This is the kind of stuff that they eat up. Okay, that trailer.
Are you asking me what's left?
No, here's the Vegas betting odds,
Yes.
or the Mike Campbell betting odds.
Okay.
That the little girl who goes, Santa, is that you?
Oh yeah, she gets it.
That not just gets it, but they actually gut her like a fish and let the gut they destroy her
Like down the Christmas tree.
in the frame because that killing kids is now like Evil Dead Rise did horrible things to children, really violent, painful, bloody, gory things.
So
but we know that it can go to the next. You know they could go to the next level.
You're envisioning intestines as tinsel.
Yeah, just taking a little kid
Or
and
she's
ripping
the
all
star
her
on
limbs
the tree
off.
or something.
Yeah.
Not just. I'm not talking about the aftermath because I think that's tame by comparison.
Sure.
I'm saying having a little girl screaming and having her just butchered in front of you, which is
He's
the
gonna
absolute.
do it?
That is like that probably would get that movie. That you can't ban movies like you used to be able to, but that one would.
In the good old days.
That one would push the limit because that's what it's suggesting. Because people know.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say
Okay,
no.
over or under 50% chance that they gut the kid like a fish.
I say no.
Under. I'd say
Under.
no. He does exercise.
chickens out.
Exercises a little bit of restraint.
That's the thing is, I think that he's suggesting that we know that this is a series that is devoid of restraints,
right.
and now
And
there's
he got a lot of money to make this one.
and
Yeah,
it's
he got a
just
couple more bucks.
it's just Art and a little kid in the trailer.
I think
but
he got-
maybe he'll be like the Grinch.
I think he got
And
$2
like
million
buy her.
bucks. Where did I think the last one was like $1.5 million. I think this one's like $2 million. And I
I
thought
think it was lower than that for Terrifier 2.
the last one.
I hope it's not
looked
as long
really,
as Terrifier 2.
Yeah,
I'll say
Terrifier
that.
2 was too long.
Yeah.
I thought it looked really, really good. The second one. I thought
did
it
too.
looked
maybe
great.
top 10.
Yeah.
Like it does not look like $1.5 million film. It looks like a $10 million
Terrifier
film.
2 had $250,000.
And it made
That was
like
its budget,
it probably
and it
made
made
like 80 million.
15.5
How much?
million
How much?
in its 15.5 in its original run. They
Okay.
now I don't know if that because I know they did like put it back in theaters.
Right.
I think around Christmas, maybe to get you geared up for the Terrifier 3 is a Christmas movie that's going to come out in October because that's when the Gorehounds need Christmas.
now, do you did Terrifier 2 make it to the Cineplexes, or was it only through the?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Was that it originally that was the only way you could see it.
Yeah. And then it came out on
there's
Screenbox. That's how I saw it. Then it went back in the theaters.
Yeah, because I know that the cinemas, the multiplexes, have always been squeamish about over the top
Not
gory.
this one.
But this one because I remember that this played at Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
This is so our indie theater.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think this is it is. I think there are so many people looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And that trailer sells it.
Oh,
I don't know that I'm going to go see it though. The Terrifier 2 was that was a lot for me. I don't know if
I want to see it in the theater. Like I want to be able to be at home and pause it and cover my eyes.
that's when I
take a deep
break.
breath.
Oh God, that's exactly how I watched Terrifier 2, Liz. It was just like I had to stop.
Yeah.
Like when I forget the actress where he knocks on doors and then he just goes to town on her, and I just like I can't. It's too much.
I mean, I watched it and then I watched it again back to back
And
immediately.
and tears of joy. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
And then I pumped my fist in the air and said,
Keeps
"Yeah,
getting
that's how
funnier
you
every
do
time
it."
I see it. Yeah.
cut her a new opening.
Oh, it was so brutal. I don't know if I can do it in the theater either. I'm with you.
I may lean on because I'm not the target audience.
Send Mike. We'll send Mike and say on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being I have to get up and pace the room.
Let's send
divide
Robert.
it into 90.
Send Robert.
Oh, we'll send Robert.
Robert, you're going on a kamikaze mission.
That's what happens when you're not here, Robert.
You may not return. All right, Eric, what is the last of the night?
Okay, well, I've got a bunch of things.
I've got so much more.
I'm going to put, just because I'm curious, this is a movie called Shelby Oaks, which is a woman's desperate search for her long-lost sister falls into an obsession upon realizing that the imaginary demon from their childhood may have been real. So that's not
The boogeyman.
It's kind of it's a decent sounding plot. It's got Keith David in it, Michael Beach, so a couple of decent character actors in it. But the thing that makes it interesting is it's being directed by Chris Stuckman, who is a very popular YouTube movie critic. And I actually have a lot of respect for Chris Stuckman's reviews. He leans heavily into genre stuff. He's big into sci-fi, and he'll cover all the superhero stuff. But he also is a big horror fan.
Okay.
And so this is he kickstarted this thing, and he got over $1 million to kickstart.
Wow.
From everybody, there's a lot of buzz around that. He seems like he knows what he's doing. This thing could just completely be a house of fire, but But I think
what happens when podcasters make a movie?
I know when you see the Conjuring.
nudge, wink, guys. Come on, if he can do it.
Yeah, we can do it. Come on.
So I think that it's also remarkable because in preparing for this, the looking forward to movie list, what I would do is I would go to some of the YouTube folks, and they would stream out like whole reams of movies that are coming out, and they would all pause on Shelby Oaks and go, "We're rooting for this." All the YouTubers out there, they're going because he's doing the dream, because he's probably one of the 3 or 4 most successful sort of genre YouTube movie critics out there. But there's a huge jump going from movie critic to director. There's so many responsibilities, but fun. There's
I don't know. I think Scariest Things could do. I think we could do a horror movie.
Yeah, this is,
It's in the cards.
It's
in our blood. We know what makes
Yep.
people tick.
Living the dream, baby.
Yep.
There's no release date yet on this.
okay.
But the
But they
the word on the
promised
street is
2024.
that they're well. I think that because it doesn't have a distributor, it's going to hit the festival circuit, and so it will probably end up on something.
Streaming.
Yeah, it could end up at Overlook. It could end up on Popcorn Frights or Brooklyn or Chattanooga.
Yep.
We'll be very interested to see where it lands up, how people react to it. If it, if it's getting $1 million in Kickstarters at $10 a snag, there's some interest in it. So
Yeah, okay.
I'm curious. I don't know. I mean, there's some backstage photographs, but there's no trailer yet, and the dude's learning, so we'll find out.
All right,
And
Chris.
I want to throw in
Stuckman.
some. Speaking of festivals,
Yeah.
so as we're recording this, Sundance has just wrapped up, and the buzz from the ones that screened in person that were not available for us to see virtually, because I kind of struck out with the two that I had. The two that are getting big buzz, we have I Saw the TV Glow. This is an A24 film starring Justice Smith. It's by the same director, Jane Schobrun, who made We're All Going to the World's Fair, which was, I think, 2020.
Yep.
And it says, the teenager Owen is just trying to make it through life in the suburbs when his classmate introduces him to a mysterious late-night TV show, a vision of a supernatural world beneath their own. And in the pale glow of the television, Owen's reality begins to crack. And on Variety, The Guardian, they're saying it's a devastating tale of identity, fandom, and obsession, and that it's already getting talk to me like buzz from Sundance. The second one is called It's What's Inside. This is also going to South by Southwest, and the tagline is, a pre-wedding party descends into an existential nightmare when an estranged friend shows up with a mysterious suitcase. And Variety said, this is an increasingly hysterical horror comedy, and Netflix just acquired this one. So hopefully, I'll catch it at South by, and everybody know, but that is one that I'm going to be looking forward to there. Two little festival films.
All right. Well, I'll throw two in as well. This one involves one of my I'm going to say the best tagline of 2024. Willie is free and he wants his steamboat back.
Oh no!
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, Mickey Mouse entered the public domain after 95 years on January 1st, 2024, and there is the return of Steamboat Willie. They just released the trailer this past week. They did not waste any time. Believe it or not, this is the first of two Mickey Mouse horror movies.
Doing one?
Two Mickey Mouse horror films that are going to be released this year. Two.
So by announcing this, Mike, you are obligated to watch this from front to back.
Yeah, you got to watch both.
Oh yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
There you go.
Maybe not both. I will watch The Return of Steamboat Willie. And then the other one is just more of a curiosity, given how much we enjoyed Speak No Evil from 2022. Apparently, Blumhouse is in the works to do a U.S. remake with James McAvoy and Eden Lake's James Watkins.
But how?
I know.
That was cultural differences. What are we like?
It's going to be Texas and
Mexico
Massachusetts
or Canada.
Right.
I don't.
I'll be
I don't want to
curious.
see it. I have this on my what I'm not looking for. I literally have this on my
Are we doing that
notes.
list
I'm
this
not
year?
looking forward
I'm
to
just
the
cu-
U.S.
I'm-
remake of Speak No Evil.
I'm curious, purely based on exactly what you just said, Liz, which is what is the cultural difference in the U.S. that would lead people to fall into this exact same kind of trap.
Okay.
Could be interesting. Could be total and hot garbage, a la The Return of Steamboat Willie, which I guarantee you will be total garbage.
This is. I think But you know who's next on the expiring properties?
Wizard of Oz.
Superman.
Ooh.
1930.
Well,
3.
they already did Brightburn, so
Yes,
yeah.
they did
They've been
they don't need to
tinkering
do
around
Brightburn.
with it.
That was
Yeah.
very good.
So, I think one of the things that I concentrated on with my selections this year was original properties that didn't belong to anything else, just completely new stuff.
Oh, okay.
So there's a couple others that are out there from that I think The Watchers, which is
I'm reading the book right now.
Ishana Shyamalan. And it's like, hey, how good a director are you? You've grown up at the. She's been the second director, first or assistant director on her father's projects. So the stories. It's got a good source material. Can she direct? It'll be interesting to see. Civil War. Alex Garland, something that
I didn't put this on the list because I was like, I don't know if it's
horror.
I don't know if it's a horror
think
film.
it's
To
horror.
me, it felt horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's sort of dystopian future kind of. It's more science fiction than horror.
The trailer is, I think, the most chilling bit of business you'll ever see.
Oh God!
But they already The Purge. I'm not going to take up our listeners' time with my soapbox about this movie, but The Purge has already done this. Alex Garland.
Maybe
We don't need to be afraid of this. Like, go make Brexit horror and leave us alone.
Yep.
Give me a break.
I was going to put a movie up on here, but after Liz has seen it, Handling the Undead. Yeah, sleeper in the word in the most literal sense, apparently.
Everybody can form their own opinion, but based on the source material, it is based on a book by the gentleman who wrote Let the Right One In.
Right.
And it has the cast from Worst Person in the World, and it's a debut director from a Norwegian woman, and it is was supposed to be like a slow burn zombie film. For me, it didn't even catch the spark. Right. It was very, very boring.
Sad trombone. Womp,
but that's
womp,
okay.
womp.
I mean, everybody else is going to have a different opinion, and that's what makes the world go around.
So this year, we've got a lot of remakes, prequels, and sequels. And so I'm just going to do just a rundown of what they are. I'm not going to talk about them much because we're familiar enough with the source material. Nosferatu. Robert Eggers is coming out with Nosferatu at the end of the year.
Christmas Day.
Let's do a quick hot take for each of them. What we think.
I think it's going to be great. It's got Bill Skarsgård, Willem Dafoe, Nicholas Hoult.
I say yes.
It's going to be awesome.
I'm sure it'll be really good. I'm just not interested in it. I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll be good because his stuff is good.
The Wolfman being directed by Lee Whannell, who did Invisible Man.
Looks super good.
Could be great if they do it right. Speak No Evil, we just talked about that.
Yep.
Who needs a remake 1 year later?
We'll see.
Come on, don't do that.
Why don't they just dub it?
Yeah.
Like if it's really that people
They
can't
don't
read
even
the
need to
subtitles.
dub it that much because there's some of it's in English. Well, I mean, they could dub some of it, but you know.
Yeah.
Salem's Lot. This has been promised for a while. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do it up against Nosferatu? It's going to kick your ass. It's the same kind of a... Strangers, Chapter 1, 2, and 3 trilogy. Liz, you're the Strangers fan.
I'm going to see them, but I'm not going to like them probably. And if I do, great.
Rainey Harlan.
Okay.
Come on, Rainey. Do us
The
proud.
magic words.
Prequels. We talked about The First Omen. That looks very promising. Alien Romulus by Fede Alvarez.
Maybe.
So I think that's
I'm putting on
supposed to be in between Alien and Aliens.
Yep. Yes, it is. So sort of.
I'm in for that.
I am
Fede
totally.
Alvarez?
I think because it's got a young cast. We don't know much about it.
They brought back the special effects team and creature people from Aliens worked on this.
Yep. So this could be. I mean,
although
getting out of sort of Ridley Scott's.
Giger is dead.
No, I mean.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. I know.
Who knows what's gonna happen with this one? The Covenant, what didn't live up to its promise. So we'll see. Everybody thinks that there's a chance to return to form.
I thought Prometheus was terrible.
Yeah, no,
terrible.
It made
terrible.
no fucking sense. All right.
Yeah.
A Quiet Place Day One is another prequel that's coming out without.
Which Day One was already done with Quiet Place 2.
Yeah, and so it's like
that was Day One.
Really Day One.
So I'm not sure. I think that's
Day One in a different time zone.
This covers like breakfast to brunch. Of Day One.
Yeah.
Early morning, quiet time.
Yeah, I mean, because that was the softball field.
That's right. Yeah,
and then the run through the town. I don't know why they need to extend it. Sequels coming out: Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. if you like the reboot, it's following up on that, and it's bringing in the Ernie Hudson, Dan Aykroyd, and Bill Murray are going to be in this. So
it was okay, passable. The only thing that was good about the remake was Paul Rudd.
I like the little girl. I like the Egon's girl.
She was okay.
I thought she was pretty good. Cute. It was not for us.
It's not
kids.
Yeah. It living up. It had a lot of responsibility to live up to. It's kind of like when we're talking about Exorcist Believer. It's got you've got a legendary movie to live up to.
Yep.
I think it hit the pass bar, but not much past the pass bar. Return to Silent Hill. Any fans?
I remember seeing the movie. I never played the game. I thought it looked kind of cool, but I think they made some more that I didn't.
Creepy game. Yeah. Not a good first movie. Beetlejuice 2.
This is like a sacred property, and I'm going to see it, and I'm excited, but also very, very nervous.
Yeah.
Saw 11.
I mean, I'll see it. Whatever.
Did you guys see Smile?
As you're going further and further down the list, it's like more and more meh.
Yeah, Smile 2. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought Smile was like perfectly good. I thought it was a nice movie. You don't need a sequel.
Okay, we talked about Terrifier 3. We talked about Maxine. Notable original titles with big directors. Lisa Frankenstein coming out real soon.
Cannot wait.
So the director is Zelda Williams, who is Robin Williams' daughter.
And the screenwriter is Diablo Cody.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is not written for me, but it looks like it could be really cool. Like what's the Nicholas Hoult zombie movie, Warm Hearts?
Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies, yeah. Mm-hmm. It has that vibe. My friend Amy is just dying to see Lisa Frankenstein. It's like, this is for you. It's a horror rom-com.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build since I can't find the right man, I'm gonna build the right man.
Yeah. No, she digs up like an Edwardian gentleman.
Right.
And reanimates him.
So
it's great.
Not for me.
There's a
pass.
There's a second Shyamalan movie that's going to come out called Trap, which is about like a concert something or other. Not much known about that one. So jury's out. I don't know. I mean, I'll probably see it, but who knows? A new movie from Jordan Peele is supposed to come out this year, but nobody knows anything about it.
It got pulled off the. It was on some sort of listed as Jordan Peele's fourth movie,
untitled,
and then it disappeared. So I don't think it's happening.
There's a movie that I think is pitched squarely to Liz called Dust Bunny. It's being directed by Brian Fuller, who directed the Hannibal series.
Oh, yeah.
Stars Mads Mikkelsen and Sigourney Weaver, and apparently it's there's like a little girl who believes there's a monster that's going out and eating people in her dreams.
Mads Mikkelsen and Sigourney Weaver are her parents. Oh my God, that's like a little dream come true.
There you go. So Dust Bunny, I think that's due for like December. Okay. And then I'm going to finish off with some warnings of movies like Liz was mentioning.
I'm adding to your list Long Legs, Oz Perkins' new film with Micah Monroe and Nicolas Cage.
Nice
July
combination.
12th. The trailer is creepy.
Yep.
It's coming from Neon Films, and they've been kind of rocking it.
Also, I forgot Cuckoo, which is might be very interesting. That's a festival circuit film coming up.
At South by.
Yep. So the not looking forward to movies. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
Nope.
Full
we
stop.
know not to even turn it on and see what it's about. Yeah.
There's a movie called Imaginary coming out about an imaginary best friend from the director of Truth or Dare and Fantasy Island, which is a hard stop for me. It's like that. Those were terrible movies.
That's right. You hated that one.
I hate Truth or Dare, man. That movie was sucko. And then lastly, this is a movie that you guys might be looking forward to, but I have no interest in.
What?
Faces of Death.
I'm interested, but I don't know how they can, again, like how can you do it? The whole thing about Faces of Death is that for people our age, it was legendary that it was, oh my God. But now, like I was listening to Colors of the Dark podcast and they were talking about this, saying like, you can see all this on YouTube every single day.
Yeah, it's
so how in the world are they going to make it?
I think what they're
How are they going to make a narrative out of it?
Taboo.
I think
Yeah.
I mentioned this past summer on one of our Spooky Time episodes, and I think the way it's being constructed is sort of along the same lines as like a VHS type film, where it's like
yeah.
a kind of a
Anthology.
found footage sort of thing, and not meant to be seen, and you know people stumble upon this footage.
Because Faces of Death was essentially a geek show.
Yeah.
And where the real stuff you can't do anymore because it's cruelty to animals.
Right. Right.
And the fake stuff was totally fake.
Right.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know-
And the real stuff was
And you don't want to watch a snuff film.
pretty middling, at best. Yeah.
So
I mean, not at the AMC. They'll
It's a-
do Terrifier 3, but they will draw the line.
I'll probably see Faces of Death. I'll report back.
I'll see
report
it,
back
yeah.
with Faces of Death, Witchboard, Steamboat Willie, and
I think,
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
you be
Part
you, Mike.
depending
You
on,
be you.
does Faces of Death have any kind of date? Because Tom, friend of the podcast, was throwing around saying possible Overlook because they made it here.
Oh, I don't know. You can go check that
Yeah,
one out
I'll have
when
to
I
look.
come
don't
down.
know.
Yeah. All right.
So
All right.
that is
And also,
Yeah.
just for people, Late Night with the Devil is finally coming.
That's
to
right.
Shudder
March
and
25.
theaters.
Yep.
March 22nd. Okay, March 22nd in theaters.
Yep.
Maybe Shudder on the 25th.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
coming
Mark
out of the
your
same
calendars.
date as one of Joseph's favorite films, which I think Liz, you just put a
Yep, the
trailer
new
up
trailer.
for. And what was the film again?
Golly, why are you quizzing me? Just kidding. It is called You'll
You Won't-
Never Find Me. Yes.
You'll Never Find Me. So
yes,
that-
coming to Shudder in March.
All right, so
Make
let's
it a- make
let's
it a double
quickly
date.
let's quickly wrap up with the films. I know we listed a shit ton of films. Let's list the 3 that you really want to see this year. Eric, what are the 3 you want to see this year?
Out of Darkness, prehistoric horror movie. Shelby Oaks, trying to see if you can make the leap from critic to director, from Chris Stuckman, and then lastly, Abigail, a ballerina vampire kills a group of criminals.
All right, and Liz, what are the 3 you want to see?
Okay, I have got The First Omen, prequel to The Omen.
I would put that on my
have
list
got
too.
Maxine, closing out Ty West's trilogy, and Year 2, Frank Grillo versus Werewolf.
I'm also with
on
Liz on Team Damien. First Omen coming out on April 5th. Terrifier 3 coming out in October, even though it's a Christmas movie. And then Witchboard, the return of Witchboard. No clue when that's coming out. Sometime in 2024, hopefully.
I think I'll be down for Witchboard just for the curiosity factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's not what the first one was fun, and I have an affection for it. It's hopefully they've upped their game.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to take us out with a tagline that I already said once during this episode. This is the tagline from 2024's The Return of Steamboat Willie. Willie is free, and he wants his steamboat back.
No.